Man UTD and Chelsea struggling to bridge gap in valuation of Alejandro Garnacho as transfer standoff drags on. Manchester United and Chelsea are struggling to bridge the gap in their valuations of Alejandro Garnacho as the Blues continue their pursuit. What happened? Per The Telegraph, United and Chelsea remain locked in talks over a deal for Garnacho, but there is a significant gap in the two clubs' valuations of the player. Chelsea would like to pay £30 million, $41 million, for the Argentina international, but United want closer to £50 million, $68 million. Bayer Leverkusen made a bid worth around £30 million in January, which was rejected. The bigger picture: Garnacho is reportedly keen on the move and has asked United to sell him to the Blues. Chelsea have been in talks with United for some time, and the Red Devils' valuation has already dropped from £70 million, $95 million, suggesting there may be even more leeway in talks. Did you know? Garnacho, who was recently spotted with a vape in his hand, has reportedly passed the Blues' background checks, with any concerns over his temperament and discipline brushed aside by the West London Giants. What next? Chelsea face Crystal Palace on Sunday in their opening game of the Premier League season, while United play Arsenal. Exiled Garnacho won't be involved in the latter. Alejandro Garnacho issues ultimatum to Man UTD over Chelsea transfer. Chelsea's valuation of the Argentina international has also reportedly been revealed. Alejandro Garnacho has warned Manchester United that he is prepared to sit on the sidelines for the 2025-26 season if he is not granted a transfer to Chelsea. A report has claimed Garnacho is free to leave United this summer after clashing with manager Ruben Amorim, and Chelsea, who explored a January swoop for the Argentina international, have ramped up their interest in a summer deal. Personal terms are believed to have been agreed between Chelsea and Garnacho, who has made it clear he wants to move to Stamford Bridge this summer. Reports have gone as far as to state the 21-year-old is expecting to join Chelsea before the window closes. Garnacho's desire to join Chelsea is so strong that, according to Fabrizio Romano, he has challenged United to strike a deal with the Blues, or he will spend the upcoming campaign on the sidelines, refusing to consider a move to any other club. United are prepared to sell Garnacho, but a fresh update from Romano has revealed their refusal to entertain swap deals. Chelsea have proposed sending any of Nicholas Jackson, Christopher Nkunku, Axel Disasi, and Renato Vega to Old Trafford, but the Red Devils want a cash-only sale. A price tag of £50 million, $67.2 million, has been set by United, but Chelsea are thought to be pursuing a deal closer to the £30 million mark. Garnacho's apparent refusal to entertain other offers undoubtedly works in Chelsea's favor. United have already settled for a loan exit for Marcus Rashford, and may be forced to lower their demands to raise funds after spending over £200 million on the attacking trio of Matheus Cunha, Brian Bumo, and Benjamin Sesko. Chelsea are also exploring a deal to sign RB Leipzig midfielder Xavi Simons, likely alongside Garnacho, and may benefit from the Bundesliga side's interest in re-signing Nkunku as part of the agreement. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Chelsea's Simons offer rejected as Man City try hijack. Chelsea's latest swap deal offer to sign Xavi Simons in the summer transfer window has been rejected by RB Leipzig, according to reports. The Blues offered €40 million, £34.5 million, plus Christopher Nkunku for the 22-year-old Netherlands international, one of Enzo Maresca's top targets. While Leipzig viewed their former star Nkunku as an interesting player, they are not willing to consider bringing him back as part of a deal for Simons. German outlet Bild reports that Bundesliga side Leipzig rejected Chelsea's offer because Nkunku no longer fits into their salary structure. It is also understood that Nkunku, said to be earning €20 million, £17.2 million per year at Stamford Bridge, is not keen on a second stint at his old club. Chelsea are now set to go back to the drawing board as negotiations continue to bring Simons to West London before the window closes. Leipzig wants €70 million, £60.4 million for Simons, who has conjured up 21 goals and 23 assists across 76 games for the German club to date. Simons, who plays as an attacking midfielder or as a winger, has already agreed personal terms with Chelsea, and a move seems likely as the new Premier League season looms. Manchester City have reportedly launched an attempt to hijack the deal, but it's thought that Simons would prefer to join the Blues this summer. Chelsea have already signed a number of players this summer, including Jamie Gittins, João Pedro, Liam Delap, Jorel Otto, Esteval Willian, Dario Essigo, Mamadou Sarr, and Kendry Paez. Dutch coach René Moilenstein believes Simons would thrive at Chelsea if he becomes their latest signing. Xavi Simons is a great player to float around the no 10 position, or cut inside from the wing into the pockets, he told Poker Strategy. He's a good dribbler, versatile, and has cut his teeth with PSV and RB Leipzig, performing well in the Bundesliga. The Premier League is a step up, but you would expect playing for Chelsea, or another top 6 side, that the team would dominate most games they play, and that would suit Simons. He's very creative and plays with a lot of intensity. He's certainly a player Chelsea fans could warm to immediately. While the areas in which they both operate may be similar, Cole Palmer and Simons are different in various aspects. They aren't the same player, but they both excel at working in the forward pockets and have an eye for manufacturing the lead-up to a goal. Another Dutch player Chelsea have brought in is Jorel Hato, who has already shown great maturity early on in his career. Usually, young players show some immaturity or appear to lack character when they play their first few games. But Hato plays like he's already got hours of GMA time under his belt. Chelsea remain in active pursuit of Xavi Simons, with the Dutch midfielder fully focused on a potential agreement between the Blues and RB Leipzig, reports Florian Plettenberg. While Manchester City are not currently in the picture, Chelsea are staying patient as negotiations continue. The deal is still very much alive, with all parties working towards a resolution. Simons, who impressed during his loan at Leipzig, could command a salary of up to €14 million gross if all performance-related bonuses are triggered. Chelsea view him as a key long-term addition to bolster their attacking midfield options. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Liverpool edge closer to new signing as €35 million teenager ready to jump at the chance to join Arne Slot's side from Parma. Liverpool are closing in on Parma's teenage centre-back Giovanni Leone, with the 18-year-old pushing for an immediate move to Arne Slot's squad. What happened? Liverpool are closing in on a deal for Parma's young centre-back Leone, with Fabrizio Romano reporting that the player has already said yes to joining the Premier League champions. The Reds want him to join immediately, ruling out any loan-backed arrangement to Italy. Talks between the clubs are ongoing, with Parma valuing the teenager at around €30 million, £26 million, $32 million plus bonuses. According to Gianluca Di Marzio, the bigger picture, Leone's arrival would be a timely boost for Slot, who is short on central defensive options following Jarell Kwanzaa's summer move to Bayer Leverkusen and Joe Gomez's Achilles injury. Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate were the only fit senior center-backs for Liverpool's Community Shield defeat to Crystal Palace. At 6'5" inches and already showing maturity in Serie A, Leone could be both an immediate squad option and a long-term project. Tell me more. The 18-year-old broke into Parma's first team last season, making 17 Serie A appearances in the second half of the campaign. Known for his dominance in the air, recovery speed, and positional intelligence, he has also been linked with Inter, Tottenham, and Newcastle. However, Liverpool's financial power gives them an edge, with a decisive push for the deal expected soon. What next for Liverpool? Negotiations with Parma are set to continue, with optimism that an agreement can be reached before the transfer window closes on September 1. The Reds could still look to sign Marc Guéhi alongside Leone to further strengthen their defense. Fabrizio Romano reveals Liverpool plan for Giovanni Leone if he signs. Liverpool have no plans to loan out Giovanni Leone for the 2025-26 season if he signs. GiveMeSport senior reporter Fabrizio Romano has revealed the reigning Premier League champions are in talks to bring in the promising Parma defender ahead of the transfer deadline and are said to be preparing him a spot in Arne Slot's first-team squad. Club-to-club negotiations are believed to be ongoing regarding the 18-year-old's arrival at Anfield, with Liverpool aiming to bring Leone in alongside Crystal Palace captain Marc Guéhi. The Reds are eyeing two late additions to complement Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate in central defense. With both deals now expected to happen in the coming days, Liverpool want to keep Leone for 2025-26. Romano, speaking on his YouTube channel, revealed that Liverpool have no intention of loaning out Leone for 2025-26, despite reports elsewhere claiming otherwise. Tonight we had some reports saying that Leone, maybe the deal is going to be done now for 2026. Liverpool are negotiating to sign Leone now for Arne Slot, not for 2026. I know many media on X and in other places are saying that maybe Leone is for next year, like Mamardashvili, but this is completely invented. Liverpool have never discussed that, From what I understand, then if this is going to be part of the conversation in the final stages, I will let you know. Leone is regarded as one of the brightest young central defenders in Europe, with some even labeling the 18-year-old the new Fabio. He enjoyed a breakthrough campaign with Parma in 2024-25, making 17 appearances in Serie A and scoring his debut senior goal in a 2-1 loss to Parma. Are now eyeing a huge profit after welcoming Leone for a modest fee from Sampdoria last term. He could become one of the Italian club's most expensive departures. Alongside the likes of Hernan Crespo, Gianluigi Buffon, and Lilian, Liverpool have splashed out over £250 million on new signings this summer, including a club record £116 million on former Bayer Leverkusen ace Florian Wirtz. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Rodrigo sends emphatic message over Real Madrid transfer saga after preseason victory. The Brazilian winger found the back of the net in Los Blancos' 4-0 victory over WSG. Rodrigo has appeared to pledge his commitment to Real Madrid in the face of interest from Manchester City, with a report revealing Pep Guardiola's personal plea to the Brazil international, with City agreeing to loan out Jack Grealish and progressing in talks to sell both Savinho and James McAtee to Tottenham Hotspur and Nottingham Forest respectively. The Manchester outfit are understood to be considering a move for Rodrigo, who is described as a dream target for. The links came 1 week after it was claimed that Rodrigo had already decided to stay and fight for his future in Madrid, aware he faces a battle to prove himself to new manager Xabi Alonso. After a summer which brought limited minutes at the Club World Cup, Rodrigo once again found himself on the bench in Real Madrid's preseason friendly against WSG. But he made a splash in just 29 minutes on the pitch, scoring his first goal in 16 matches. The 24-year-old took to social media following the club's 4-0 victory, writing, "Q in peace 25/26, which translates to, let it begin 25/26. The message aligns with Rodrigo's earlier posts on social media ahead of the match. He shared an image advertising the game, but his choice of the message, Hala Madrid, accompanied by a white heart, could be interpreted as an indication of his loyalties. Reflecting on Rodrigo's uncertain future in Madrid, Marcaro revealed a phone conversation between the Brazil winger and City manager Guardiola back in 2024 after the two sides met in the Champions League knockout stage. Guardiola is said to have spoken at length to Rodrigo and his entourage about a possible move to City. At the time, the 24-year-old was not interested. His love for Madrid is no secret, but a significant drop in minutes could force him into a rethink. Fabrizio Romano adds that Guardiola is now pushing for City to make a move for Rodrigo, who will be allowed to leave Madrid if he requests an exit and a significant bid arrives. A price tag of €100 million, £86.5 million, $116.2 million has been set by Madrid. Los Blancos are happy to hold on to Rodrigo, who has not yet communicated a strong interest in leaving. Rodrigo has made his opinion of Man City clear as the former champions enter the race for the Brazilian. Rodrigo, 24, has been linked with a move away from Real Madrid to Manchester City. But what does he think of the Premier League club? This summer, the Brazilian has been linked with several English clubs, including Arsenal and champions Liverpool. However, on Monday, August 11th, Pep Guardiola's Manchester City entered the race to sign the Real Madrid player, with the imminent departures of James McAtee and Jack Grealish, while Tottenham have inquired about a possible deal for City winger Savinho, according to The Athletic. As a result, this could open up space in the City squad for the possible arrival of the 24-year-old, who is not in the team's plans at the Santiago Bernabeu. On Monday afternoon, journalist Fabrizio Romano gave an update on the situation at the X network. Manchester City are considering a move for Rodrigo after imminent departures. Grealish is out, McAtee and Savinho could leave, and MCFC see Rodrigo as a dream target. Guardiola is a big fan. Real Madrid will let him leave if the player wants. They are asking around €100 million. What has Rodrigo said about City before? Firstly, it's clear that he enjoys playing against Guardiola's side, scoring 4 goals and providing 2 assists in just 9 games against the English club. He has even stated that his last gasp brace against City in the 2022 Champions League semi-final changed a lot of things in his life. Speaking in 2024, Rodrigo said, "My status in football changed a lot after those 2 goals. People started looking at me differently. The 2 goals were a step forward in my career." Rodrigo referred again to that 2022 triumph during a press conference ahead of the Champions League playoff match between Madrid and City in February this year. On that occasion, the Brazilian explained, "It's the most special night of my career, and I hope it happens again." Speaking to the media, he also described Guardiola as a great coach, claiming that it is very difficult to play against his teams. Rodrigo admitted, "I don't really like playing against Manchester City. Nobody likes playing against City as much as they do against us. I've been happy after many games against them." Guardiola, too, is undoubtedly an admirer of Rodrigo. Ahead of the European playoffs earlier this year, he explained that it was impossible to control these four players, likely referring to Rodrigo, Jude Bellingham, Vinicius Jr., and Kylian Mbappe. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.